up? Just got home. Daughter brought her car over. She was texting me the other night saying something about the RPMs going up, but the car didn't accelerate. Kind of scared me about her transmission. So I told her, you better stop driving and you better get it over here. So it was like 2 or 3 days ago she probably brought it over. So now that she's here in person, she said something about it going up to like 4,000 RPMs at 40 when she was trying to accelerate on the freeway. She goes, the RPMs went up, but it didn't go faster. So now I'm kind of thinking maybe she lost power, or maybe she's just, I don't know, it's a non-turbo 4-cylinder. So I'm getting ready to test drive it. And I go like, I have a 4-scan. I should just hook that up. So DTCs, flip the switch back. It says no errors. So I don't use this software all the time. Now I gotta set this up. Oh no, here she comes.
What are you doing?
I'm live streaming, so unless you want to be on there. Let's see. Whoops. No. Shadow mouse. Oh wait, wrong one. I forgot I was able to plug into this car. Let's see. What if the car is just? It doesn't have any faults.
What do you mean?
It doesn't have any trouble codes or anything. Let's see if there's anything that shows me what gear and RPMs. So, speed, fuel pressure. No,
Well, fuel pressure, I'm at 42. You saw that.
No, that's not pressure.
Are you sure?
That's how much gas is in the tank. I don't know what this is. Fuel pressure. Take your temperature. I would like seeing that. Injector fault. In-gear transmission is applying a load engine. I don't know what that is, but we'll put that over there. Sensor. Switching in gear at time of misfire. Yeah.
What's that?
Just stuff I can look at. Load at time of misfire. I don't think you have any misfires, but it's a secret. These are just faults I can record when I drive it. Torque converter clutch. Gonna help. Might just been you. Maybe was it a steep ramp? Maybe your AC just kicked in. It was just wimpy, and when it's hot, you don't have as much power. Was it floored, or maybe you weren't floored? You don't realize it.
What do you mean?
Maybe what the hell? Why did that all of a sudden?
It automatically connects to my shit.
That's not even freaking good stuff. That was emo or something. Was it emo?
No.
Transmission fluid temperature. So when you first take off from a stop, it isn't slipping; it just drives normal.
Every so often.
Well, I mean, it's just a force torque control. Engine RPM. That's weird. Let's see it. There it is. I thought there was something to my gear and transmission. Oh, well, that's enough. right, I'm gonna drive it up the road. Well, you can't because I can't move it. Disconnects because it's a crappy USB connector. So I'll stop and go back. And we're live. What's up, guys? Fix repair. You better take that back, Dr. J. I'm thinking the loose nut behind the wheel, maybe, which is one of the two daughters that are blonde. Oh wait, I have 3 blonde daughters and 1 brunette. That's it. See, Ford. That's awesome, Ford. Then we have the other Ford. Dude, I abused the shit out of that Escape when I was driving, and then the wife's driving it now. But you know, this car here, Focus, you know, the daughter, you know, this thing's probably neglected like a mother. I drive and step on it, that USB doesn't break. There's a Surface tablet, Surface Go. It doesn't have a full USB plug. I didn't put this in a cradle. I should have put it in my cradle. Shit, what was I thinking? I just remembered I have a cradle for this. Hold on. Gotta get out of the truck. I do have a cradle. Suction cup on. I can actually put the freaking computer up on the glass. I just remembered that. Yeah. How's the video streaming? I took it off Wi-Fi so I wouldn't try connecting to my Wi-Fi in my house. Yeah. Just remembered. Getting Corona. Nah, it's Ebola. All the stuff stuck to this thing. Oh man. Hold on, guys. Flip over redirection. I thought my friend calls them flipped over reservation decorations. So I guess what you said is a little more couth. Fuck! I just let that go and it stuck right back to it. Fucking paper towels. Cocksucker. Suction cup thing. That shit all stuck on it. Alright. Figure this thing out again. It's been a while since I used it. Alright. That up. Oops. The video's probably shitty right there. Hopefully it doesn't break connection. I don't know if I've ever put this tablet in there with all the stuff on it. It's still kind of fitting. Oh, it has adjusters on the bottom and on the top. I didn't even know that. This Amazon folded it better than I remember. Bear with me. That might work. Dude, that's gay shit that females put in their damn cars. Alright. Where's the fuel pressure on this thing again? Oh no, it's in Celsius. Why? Stop. Let's go here. I'm gonna save this just in case. Where's my setting? Imperial. How did that get changed? I don't know. So this'll data trend this stuff.
Phone disconnected.
Good. All right, draw position. Spark advance. RPMs. I just picked some stuff real quick. If it sets any codes or anything, maybe I'll see it. Go around the block. Make sure transmission's okay. So this is, you know, the two cars we were driving regularly are both turbocharged. And minivan's not. We hardly ever drive anymore. It just sits there. And then my work truck's a 6.2 V8. And that thing's like right in the freaking middle of my view. But, so this is a 2.5 liter, or no, 2 liter. I mean, non-turbo. That's what normal. That's my second gear. Where's our indicator for the gears? Oh, I thought this was shifting, and that's just going to tow a haul or whatever the heck that is, downhill. I don't know what that was. Hers doesn't have the shift thing. And I can't tell what gear it's in either. It doesn't have paddles. Nope. I bet you somewhere in there I could have saw what gear this thing was in, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna roll with it. Yeah, she's actually averaged 26.7 miles per gallon with this thing. Not bad. Speed. Hold on, let's feel it here. I was just looking on Ford Tech Mocha Loco channel on these. So to check the transmission, you got to pull a plug on the side, just like you have to on the Escape. But this one, you also fill it on the side with some funnels. It's kind of funny how you do these transmissions now. There's no dipstick. So basically, you pull the drain plug and you drain out all the fluid. And then you put that back in, and you pull the side plug on, and you fill the fluid, and then you let it drip out the side when it's all warmed up and everything. And then when it stops dripping, you just put the plug in, and you're at the right level. So what does this have? It only has 39,000. So she just went past. Yeah, this doesn't have the power. You get this thing in first gear to feel what I can do. There we go. So, here we go. Third gear. All right. Who knows what movie that's from? Who can tell me in the comments? That thing totally accelerated just fun, I think, for what this thing does. It's no turbo, so it has no torque like our EcoBoost Escape or my EcoBoost F-150, which would have been, my truck would have been spinning tires. Need a better spot to drive this. Usually going over to Grand is. Yeah, see it's going too fast, I guess, to kick in the first, so you just have to start on the bottom of second gear. Now, that's what happened to her, and she turned the corner and went uphill on a ramp. This thing just might not have had power. It's pretty gutless right there. Yep, 4,000 RPMs, almost 40. I think she just gearing, the AC is on. Turbo, which means AC off. That was faster. I need to tell her. I remember when we had neons and stuff I was driving, my friend had a Cavalier, and he goes, you turn the AC off? And we were like racing or something like that. No, he goes, oh man, he goes, that's what I do. He goes, that's my turbo button. On 4 cylinders, yeah. You hit that button, turn off the air conditioner, and you notice a pickup in power. Noticeably. On high output engines, you don't really notice it, but on these things, you do. So, little 4-banger in 100-degree heat. I'm sure that's what I'm saying. So, we have these new Transits, and the company I'm working for now, they had one EcoBoost one, and only one time, and then somebody ran into it and totaled it. Someone can fix it. It's not total, but you know how easy they total vehicles now. So they don't have it no more. So that was the only EcoBoost one they have. Now they have the regular non-EcoBoost Transits, what they've been buying. So they have the 3.5 liter no turbos. So I drove one back the newest one, they just got 2 new ones a couple months ago, and I drove one back, and it's the 10-speed. If you could floor it from a dead stop, it actually gets up and going into traffic okay, because of the gearing is so good for that first gear, and that engine shifts at like 7,000 something RPM. I don't know, it revs way up there. It revs up way higher than the turbo version does. Our turbo one's barely getting to 6,000, and they're at redline and they shift. But the non-turbo 3.5 revs up to like 7,200 or something. It revs way the hell up there. I have a little video clip of it. I never did put it up. So, whoa, this actually peeled out. What the fuck? I didn't expect that. Oh, so anyway, as long as you stomp those from a dead stop, the non-ego boost transit with the 10-speed, it actually accelerated okay. But if you like barely hit the throttle and make a turn and then floor it, it'll be in second and won't go back in first, and it's dogs from second gear up. Which, so like this thing, so if you hit it from first, it's not too bad. Okay, let it get in a second. Now I'm gonna hit it. Yep, no, it's first gear. See, it just, I mean, that's not horrible, and it's not slipping at all. So her description in the text messages the other night was not what I wanted to hear. Oh yeah, the RPMs went up, but it didn't speed up. I'm like, oh no. Compressor obviously like 50 horsepower. I heard that the AC units in cars are like freaking 510 units. Yep. So when you're in first gear, it actually goes kind of okay for, you know, no turbo. So this is grand up here. So I get a grand, I can get it up to, you know, 65, 70, which is where traffic drives. 60. Oh, just still on the small stuff. There we go. Load. I was engine load calculated 52% at idle. That's weird. Now it's dropping down. The AC's hot, rubbing on the power. 100%. What the hell? This ain't another turn on red, is it? Let's get rid of it. Alright, should get first gear now. Second gear. See, it's kicking out the AC compressor when it gets in the higher RPMs. I bet you she just turned at like 30 miles an hour on a hill and punched this thing, and it was a dog. So let's get down at like 30. Turn the corner, 25 even, let's say it's 25, and then she went to go up that freaking freeway. Yep, there's the bottom of second gear. And that little oomph, I feel, it might be the cam phase change or something, but it also could just be the AC clutch kicking up. Now let me kick the AC clutch off manually, get back down to 25, 20 something, punch it again. It's a little better. I'm sucking all her gas down. The airbag on. He's put on recirc. She didn't have it on recirc. I wonder if she even understands that because she's blonde, you know. Oops. I'll be behind that. Hope. This is Grand Avenue right here, you know, makes a pretty good test track. Hold it to first, now punch it. Oh yeah, this thing doesn't go back down into first. That's probably why it's just so windy. I bet you she was on a little hill. Man, it took a long ass time to get up to 80. I mean, it's faster than like those Neons and Cavaliers we used to drive when we were younger. Even when I was an adult, older than her, when I had to drive POSs and I was poor and struggling as a single dad and everything. I drove POS a couple times. I never had new cars until right when I moved down to Phoenix. Lived down here like a month and got a new car. Because Phoenix, I did HVAC already, and I came down here and made more money and worked a lot more hours, so it was like balls out. So. In gear, no. It's already a yes, no. Vehicle speed. Kilometers an hour. I should be saying miles per hour. I put this on frickin' Imperial, but of course, it's still kilometers over there in the UK. Maybe the Chevy. don't see anything wrong with the transmission. That was the thing I was sweating. She's like, oh, I don't have money for that right now, and I'll freaking. Well, she's probably freaking just thinking it's a couple $100 thing or something. We'll watch this car go out. Oh, it cut me off last second. Can you do it? Nope. But it's more like $3,000. Just driving along. She only has 31 miles a gallon. 31 miles left on her fuel tank because she brings it to me on E with the light on already. I'm giving like half throttle. That thing dogs from the bottom of second gear. Turn the air off. Get it down to low RPM speed again. It's a little better. So the AC, yeah, I mean it's a 4-cylinder and it's hot. You lose it pulls back timing, everything's probably running up. Watch her put Arco gas in it. I need to ask her that. She put fucking Arco gas in this thing. And whatever. Check my comments. Set the AC disengage at 70%. Joe, my daughter, the second oldest, not the one that had the Cavalier and now has the Cruise, but the other one. She bought this Focus new. It's 2017. She sent me a text. Hey, like the RPMs went up, but it didn't speed up. The engine is sped up, and I was like, shit. I thought maybe she's talking about the transmission slip, slip, but actually, transmission seems okay. And this only has 39,000. I was like, no, hell no, Right after the freaking basic warranty was it 36,000 mile, 3 years. She does eclipse that, I think. But yeah, transmission seems normal. I think it's the loose nut behind the wheel, hence the title to my video. But this thing is kind of a whippy 4-cylinder or something. Let's try it again. But me driving it now, at least I know the transmission isn't slipping. And it shouldn't even need service yet. So I remembered I was going to drive it up the road, and I remembered that I had a ForScan. Got my little module that I left in my truck there, plugged it in, and remembered I had this dash mount because I was using this in the Mustang that I was diagnosing and fixing all the emission issues, which I did fix. See, if you touch it just barely, first gear's got such a low RPM gearing that it goes with barely a little bit on gas. But once you're in second from a roll and then hit it, it's like pretty wimpy. Dude, I'm doing 35 on a 30 and that car was riding my ass. Should have brake checked that fucker since I wasn't in my own car. Of course, when you're in a small car, they don't respect you. But when I'm in my truck, too. She doesn't know it's a Ford because it's a Lincoln. We tried to say it's the same thing. Pretty much, she was getting all mad. So, all right, I could stop this. You can play it back. It just saves it as files. So, I don't know how to fast forward or anything. There's nothing wrong with this thing. So, brutal heat, needs more service. It's a lot colder in here now that I put the frickin' recirc on. She didn't even have that on. I don't think she knows. Now it's got 28 miles left until empty. She needs to put gas in. I gotta go ask her if she's putting frickin' Arco gas in there. So anyway, yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out and plug it. OBD2 interface. Yeah. Gotta leave this thing out now. Oh yeah, power to the Surface. Don't forget it. That's the Surface Go. The battery goes way longer than my Pro does. I have an old Pro with an i5. That thing will drink the battery. Man, these things are hard to get off. Oh, it didn't leave a ring on there like I expected it to. But yeah, so anyone that has Fords, basically go to Amazon and buy one of these knockoff ELM 317s or whatever they call them. They're like $30 or something. And then plugs in a USB, but I have to use this adapter to go to USB-C. And then ForScan's free. There, you could like pay for like lifetime licensing, but all you have to do is go on the forum, and the guy gives you licensing for it. So, anyway, I better end the video. Just check that out. No plastic keys for dividers in the bucket. Oh, someone's asked me a question about my AC bucket. That's just another bucket I cut up into pieces, and then I just bent it with my hand seamers. And I think the last time I heated it up or something, and then made so it hold the shape better when I made my own shapes of the cubbies. And I just drill the holes and just use what do you call it? Rivets. So it's riveted together. I noticed there was a crack in my bucket today, so this one's lasted a long time. I think it'll still last a little longer, but if it starts folding when I'm sitting on it, I'll have to build a new one. That will suck. But anyway, that's what I used. Just another white bucket that I cut up into pieces, and then just the heat gun. I think I heated it, bent it, and used the heat gun to make the new shape. So, yep. So anyway, all right, guys. I'll catch you guys later. It's mostly the loose nut behind the wheel. If you guys don't get it, this means the driver. They're the loose nut behind the wheel. So, catch you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.